This video is to show you how to do the pinning on Complete Anatomy. I have already opened the app and gone to the full body mode. I'm going to zoom in on his trunk here. And, the first thing I want you to do is remove some muscles. I have accidentally already started to remove this bicep. We're going to remove it anyways. And we're going to remove the deltoid right there. We're going to remove it on one side, pectoralis major, and the external oblique right there, and the platysma there. So, to do the removing, you click the cut tool. Now I swear when I made the video for part 1, these options were not here. We have straight line cut, we have cut in a circle. So, the cut in a circle thing works like this. I selected that tool, then I'm just going to trace the whole muscle I want to cut out. And then it's going to remove the muscle. So I'm going to now remove my biceps brachii. Oops, that's not the biceps brachii. I'm going to click undo. So I'm going to remove the biceps brachii there. And I'm going to actually repeat that on this side. So I'm going to remove this deltoid and this biceps. And I'm going to take out this platysma muscle while I'm at it. So I'm going to unselect the cut tool for a second. And as you can see, I did a better job removing this deltoid. And the deltoid's tricky to remove the whole thing. I spent a long time, but I want you to see where the pectoralis major actually inserts. There's the intertrabecular sulcus right there. So pay attention to that so you can move it around. And I want you to pay attention to where the muscles insert. And again, the deltoid doesn't really want to get cut. I have spent so long playing with the deltoid today. So now you're going to pick a side. I'm going to pick this side since it'll go with my pictures, but it doesn't matter which side you pick. You're going to remove the superficial muscles. You're going to remove the pectoralis major. You're going to remove the external oblique. Now for this, I'm going to demonstrate the first cutting tool that I did last week, the straight line one. And what it seems to do, you highlight the region you want cut, it removes it, but you're doing a lot more clicking. So I think the highlight tool is a little bit better. So here's the pectoralis, or here's the external oblique. So I'm sort of cutting it. So I get something that actually looks like how the students cut the cadavers in class, where it could be better, but it works. So here is the external oblique. Here is the internal oblique. I want you to turn it around and notice the fibers go the opposite way. This goes like this. This is going like this. Now notice, that did not highlight. If I click on that, it's going to actually say transverse abdominis. So actually select the cut tool and the one where you're doing the tracing. And just cut a little bit more. Oopsie, I don't want to cut that. So just cut a little bit more out. So you can see a little bit more of the transverse abdominis. And you can now see that the oblique fibers are allegedly going at an angle. And then the transverse abdominis is going left to right. Hello, transverse abdominis. So these are the muscles that I want you to first find. And then I want you to pin. So for finding all these muscles, what you're going to do is you're going to click on the muscle. This is the pectoralis major, everybody. And I'll say pectoralis major up here. You're going to click isolate. And I want you to pay attention to where they attach. So here is the insertion, the intertrabecular sulcus. That is why I'm actually having you do this. This is not busy work. I want you to really understand how they attach to the bones. So spend time on this. So there's the pectoralis major. So we're going to do the pectoralis major. This is the external oblique. This is the internal oblique. This is the rectus abdominis, right here. This is the transverse abdominis. Now this is the pectoralis minor. And this is the serratus anterior. So again, for all those, you're going to click isolate. Now, what I want you to do after that is I want you to click on the intercostals. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Zoom in. So here are the external intercostals. I'm going to click hide. These are the internal intercostals. Ooh. External intercostals. Internal. So pay attention how the fibers are going different directions. So again, once you have found all of them, you'll go to the other side of the screen, pick label, and label those muscles, and then save the screen. Now, after you do all that, and again, you can move these around so they're not all in the way, you're going to want to clear them all out and go to the posterior view. So I'm rotating it. And what I actually did wrong there was I did not click done on the labels. So now I am rotating. And again, you are going to pick a side. Now we still have some deltoid, so I want to remove that deltoid. So I'm going to cut the deltoid, and I'm going to remove the muscles on one of the two sides. I'm going to pick this side again because that is the side that I have my picture for you guys. So I just moved one part of the trapezius there. Then I will remove what is left of this deltoid. The deltoid is really annoying right there. I'm going to remove the latissimus dorsi on this side. Oopsie. And again, I was going back and forth between which is the better cutting tool, the one where you're highlighting it or just selecting the whole muscle. So I've cleared, for the most part, one of the sides here. I was not perfect. I was a lot better on my other one. And see what I just did? I didn't unclick cut. So make sure you unclick cut so you don't cut something you don't want to. And now I'm going to zoom in. So you're going to do the same thing. You are going to click on the muscles, and you are going to click isolate and see them. So you'll actually give you all three parts of the trapezius. You just need to give me one part when you're doing the labeling. So this is the trapezius. This is the latissimus dorsi, right here. We have the rhomboid major and the rhomboid minor. My picture, they couldn't really tell the difference between the two. So over here we have the teres major. And I think I told you to cut part of the triceps here so you could see how the teres major is going to the front side. Probably should have picked that side for the teres major. So you could see how it's going to the front. And we have the teres minor right there. This is the infraspinatus. This is the supraspinatus. Now, the erector spinaea group is three muscles. 1, boy, my computer is slow, 2, and 3. You'll have different names for those three muscles. Just look at one of them. The whole idea is they erect the spine. Now, this is one of my favorite muscles. That is the serratus posterior inferioris muscle. And I also want you to pay attention to the serratus anterior. You can see it on this side. It's going to the medial border. Then lastly, I have a challenge for you. I want you to do the abdominal muscles. What? So this muscle right here, that's actually the external oblique. This muscle is the internal oblique, and this muscle hiding behind the strip I didn't cut of the latissimus dorsi is actually the transverse abdominis. And the whole reason I want you to do that is to appreciate that it goes all the way around. So that is how you do the pinning. So again, save it, upload it, and thank you very much. Have a good day.